John.
You can always change your mind, you know. I mean, now that you've had a taste of what the work's like around here, if you're having second thoughts.
Are you?
No, I didn't say that.
Then what are you saying?
Like, I just want you to be sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, this is definitely a dangerous job. I mean, I could get a paper cut. I could break one of these beautiful long nails on your filing cabinet.
Very funny.
Danger goes with the territory, right, boss?
Yeah, I'm serious, Cassie. I mean, we're going to be spending a lot of time working together. What I mean is that there's a lot of things I've got to teach you that you don't know. And naturally, you're going to find out some things about me, things that might surprise you, that you may not like. Things that got to remain confidential.
In other words, things that my mother shouldn't know about.
Yeah, them's the rules. If you can't live with it, I understand.
Well, you promised not to throw me a knuckleball, and I guess I can live with your rules. But now the tough part. I have to tell Mom about my new job.
Yeah, I suppose you do. Don't say anything about the diary.
You mean the part about us?
I mean, about anything. There's no use getting her all riled up about this.
Okay, okay. First day, first secret. I know them's the rules.
Yeah, come in. John, I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, hello, baby. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Dad, John told me you guys were having a meeting.
Yeah, well, Cassie was just leaving her.
You need a private eye?
No, it's the other way around.
Huh?
I'll explain it all later. I gotta go find Mom. Bye.
Oh, well, I just left her at the apartment, but, Cassie, honey, whatever you do, don't mention the subject of the Sanders divorce, okay?
Man, a lot of rules today. Okay, see you later.
Cassie, we were supposed to have lunch together, weren't we?
Oh, Mom, I'm sorry. I guess I got busy and I forgot.
Oh, and what was it that kept you so preoccupied?
Well, I went over to police headquarters to get Diane's personal effects, and then I took them over to John's.
Why? I mean, the poor girl is dead. Can't we just leave it at that?
Mom, I'm sorry. I thought maybe there was something important in there for us to look at.
Us, meaning you and me and John?
Well, no, meaning John and me.
I see. Is there something in Diane's room so sensitive that it can't be shared with me?
Mom, you've just been through so much the last couple of days. I just didn't want you to have to deal with it.
I see. So you were thinking of me when you spent the entire morning and most of the afternoon with John?
That's right. I didn't want to upset you.
How do I look?
Okay, you look upset, but that's nothing compared to how you would have looked if you had seen the diary. That's why I...
Diary? What diary?
Nothing.
It isn't nothing. Diane kept a diary?
Mom, it's just a bunch of sick scratches in a journal. John's gonna burn it anyway.
Why go to such drastic measures? What, to keep me from seeing it?
Mom, there is nothing in that diary but Diane's twisted view of everything and everybody she knew.
She hardly knew anybody but you and me and John. What's it say something about us in it?
Oh, look, I am sorry I brought the whole thing up.
Does it say something about you and John? Is that it?
Diane did scribble a few things in the diary about John and me.
Let me guess. Poor Dorian, the two people she loves and trusts the most in this world, are making eyes at each other.
What does it matter what she wrote, Mom? John and I both laughed it off.
Oh, the two of you share a quaint sense of humor.
Mom, Diane was very jealous. It doesn't matter what she wrote in the diary. She wrote sick things about everybody.
She also said them. She came to me. She told me about you and John, and I laughed it off, too, at the time.
What do you mean, at the time? Don't tell me that you think John and I have something going on.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's a relief. Mom, I would hate to think that Diane's legacy would be to split us apart. Look, we cannot let that happen.
No, you can't, sweetheart. I trust you, I really do. And I trust John also. Oh, That's a thing about jealousy. You know, once the seed is planted.
Mom, there is nothing for anyone to be jealous about. We're sharing our home, our work, everything. It's going to be great.
Well, I know about the home part. You just lost me about work.
That's where I've been all day. I've been trying to tell you. I went to John's work. His secretary skipped off to L.A., so I volunteered. He saw that I was pretty capable and efficient, so he hired me.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Now, I know what you're going to say. I don't know anything about the detective business. But, Mom, I have all kinds of aptitude, and John said so himself.
Indeed.
Yeah. Look, you're always telling me, look for a career, find one thing, settle in it. Maybe I found it.
I don't know if I would call working in a cramped little office for John a career. Honey, you sure you're making the right decision?
Mom, this is a great way for me to prove myself.
To whom?
To me. I like all kinds of risks, challenges. This is a great opportunity for me. It's perfect.
What if I asked you not to take the job?
You could, but I know you wouldn't. Mom, I am your daughter. We like risks, challenges. That never hurt either one of us before, did it?
No, it didn't. And if it's what you think is going to make you happy, who am I to say no? But just make sure you're only doing office work, okay? I don't want you out there.
Okay, okay,
Danger.
okay. Thank you.
Mwah.
I gotta get back to the office. The boss is waiting. I'll tell you all about it later.
Well, I appreciate the information, John.
Well, I'm always glad to be of help to the DA's office, Herb. Maybe you could return the favor, though.
Name it.
Well, I have to return home at some point tonight. Maybe you could tell me what kind of mood Dorian's in.
Sorry. You were on your own there.
I heard you telling Cassie not to mention Judith's divorce to Dorian.
Yeah.
Is that a sore point between you?
Well, she tried to make it one a little while ago.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I thought you were going to keep a safe distance from my sister's marital trouble.
Well, I tried, but no matter how many times I explained it to Dorian, she refused to believe me.
Doesn't surprise me either.
No, I try not to take it personally. Dorian operates on the theory, you see, that if she ever had a claim on you, you're hers for life.
So, what if you decided to go about your life without asking Dorian's permission?
Good luck. I'll tell you what, if and when you ever decide to move on to someone, you'll find out what it's like firsthand.
Oh, moving on to someone else, the furthest thing from my mind.
Yes, I'm glad to hear it. I mean, a man crosses Dorian Lord at his own peril, but then you know that already, don't you?
Tell me about it.
All right, I'm gone. Oh, by the way, there's one more thing.
Yeah, shoot.
About Jamie. Like the last that I heard, your nephew was in Buenos Aires. Any new developments?
No, but you know what they say about no news is good news. Of course, with my nephew, the bad news always follows. All right, Simpson, get back to me after you talk with her, okay? Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Hi, boss. Anything exciting?
No, Cassie, just the same old routine stuff. I did prepare some bills for you to type and send out while you were gone.
Okay.
A copy of the format's right here on top.
Why don't you just put it on a form and a disk in the computer?
Do you see any computer around here?
I have to type up each and every one of these?
Yeah. Are you ready to quit?
John, this is the 20th century. You're supposed to be a modern businessman, but no, you're still riding around on a horse. However, I'll type these right up.
Thank you.
But before I do, I think I should tell you that Mom and I talked about Diane's diary.
I thought we agreed not to say anything about that.
It just popped out.
Oh, and I suppose she was just curious about that,
And I'm sorry I had to tell her that Diane wrote that we were headed for an affair.
I don't believe it! What the hell is wrong with you? Cassie, your mother will start World War III over a dirty look. Now, what do you think she's going to do over Dynamite's statement that you and I are headed for a love affair?
John, Diane didn't just write it. She also said it to my mother. So now you know why there was no point in me keeping the diary a secret.
What was her reaction?
Well, she was a little bent at first, but no big deal. Now that she knows Diane lied every time she took a breath, she's not taking it too seriously. But she trusts both of us, and she loves both of us.
Oh, she may trust you, but let me tell you, she gets very jealous about nothing.
John, it is behind us. It's settled. Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Would you like to put a wager on that, Cassie? Name it. Name any amount, because when I get home tonight, she's going to ask me. No, she's not going to ask me. She's going to push for answers.
And what have you done to make her feel so insecure, huh?
Oh, like mother, like daughter. It has to be me, right?
John, I know all about the one night at a time arrangement, the college graduation ring that's substituting as an engagement ring.
What would she do, huh? Nudge you into getting me to go in the direction of a real commitment?
I would never get involved in my mother's manipulations. Look, if you two are going to work it out, it's between the two of you.
All right, well, what did she say about you coming to work for me?
Well, as long as I'm bound to the desk and I stay out of danger, no sleuthing.
Well, for once, your mother and I agree on something.
Yeah, well, I can see how it's going to get pretty boring around here, especially since you don't have a computer. Maybe I should look into that for you.
All right. Tell you what, why don't you go out and buy one today? Yeah. But you'll have to use your own salary.
John, that would take a year for me to pay for something like that.
What can I say? It's up to you. It's your mother that makes the bucks, not me.
Oh.
Do me a favor, would you? Would you mind picking that up?
Only if I can then put it down on your head. John Russell and Company. Oh, hold on a moment. Who's calling, please? Ben Davis from Washington?
Ah, that's the feds, probably about Jamie. Hello. Mr. Davis, yes, John Russell. Are you calling about my nephew?
Sanders' telephone for you?
Perfect timing. Thank you. Ambassador Sanders.
Charlie, it's John.
Hello, John.
Listen, I've got some news for you.
Have you found Jamie?
Not exactly. The Buenos Aires police are on his trail. Unfortunately, so are Kate and Cord.
Kate and Cord.
These figures don't make sense, John. John,
What?
the figures that you added up, they don't make the total on this bill.
So re-add them.
Are you all right?
No. I'm sitting here simmering. Make that boiling over my knees. I can't believe that she and Cord managed to find Jamie and his drug pal.
Well, if the police already know that...
Oh, come on. Cord and Kate are drawn like magnets to action and to each other.
Really? I didn't know about this plan.
My niece is very picky about her men. She's really fallen for Cord. I mean, against her better judgment. I guess love doesn't have any judgment, though, does it?
No, guess it doesn't.
Cord's such a decent man, too. I mean, he's so honorable, he'll end up taking Tina back because of the baby. That is, if she's rescued. And then Kate will end up with a broken heart if she's rescued. And if Jamie harms any of them, I'm going to hound him to the end of the earth.
Yeah, I'd be right behind you. He killed my friend Keith Radcliffe, remember? You know, I bet we'd make a great team. Just like Kate and Cord.
Oh, your mother would love that.
In case you haven't noticed, my mother does not tell me what to do with my life or how to live.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she doesn't try with any of us. It must have been something else before you moved out of the house.
Thanks for Dad. Speaking of Dad, if your sister gets involved with him, as Mom seems to be predicting, will she be good to him?
Judith? Well, gee, she's been with Charles for so long, putting up with his nonsense. I'm not so sure how she'd act with a normal man.
Well, it sounds like Kate and Judith are on your good list, and Mrs. Sanders, Jamie, and Charles are obviously not.
Well, you know, it's kind of funny. Jamie hasn't always been bad. I have some fond memories. Charles I kind of like because he stood up to Elizabeth and the royal family about Judy. Then he started messing around again, and, well, she took him back. To me, there's just no excuse for that in my book.
You're an honorable man, too, John.
Maybe. Listen, we're not getting any work done around here. I mean, Patty wasn't much of a conversationalist when she worked here, but she was mighty quick on that machine.
Okay, I get a hint. Meanwhile, these figures still don't add up. Look, I know you don't have a computer, but is there any chance you have a calculator lying around?
Yeah, I think I've got one in my desk somewhere.
Good.
Do me a favor, though. Give me the Sandusky file while I look for the calculator.
Okay.
No, this desk is an absolute mess. Somebody's got to clean this up sometime. Maybe my gal Friday would do it.
I am not your gal Friday. I don't clean desks and I don't do windows. Meantime, there is no Sandusky in here.
It's got to be in there because I put it there this morning.
Well, it's not. What is his first name to begin with?
Her first name, Sandra.
Oh, that's a big help. They both start with S.
Calculator. I've done my job.
Great. It's not here under R either.
Well, then look under T. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Shoot.
Bosses should not be allowed near filing cabinets. Only secretaries being paid minimum wage who can deal with the alphabet.
Maybe I ought to file you under S. You're smart, Alec. Yeah, I just remembered. I think I put the file over here after the police called this morning.
Yeah, maybe you should, just try to worry about Kate and try not to work.
Yeah, I should probably be on my knees praying right now.